Coming up on Mountain News at 6, a local ceremony took place in Leslie County to honor veterans who lost their lives fighting for our country. And for the first time in 3 years, the VA hosted its public Memorial Day ceremony at Camp Nelson.
All is quiet across the mountains this evening, but rain chances return by the end of the work week. I have your full forecast coming up as Mountain News at 6 starts now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Dakota Makris. Thank you for joining us again. Well, this Memorial Day, we take time to honor the men and women of the American military across the mountains and beyond. WYMT Zach Hawk went to a Memorial Day service in Leslie County where friends and family recognized the sacrifice loved ones made for our country.
Memorial Day is deeply personal for Benita Ledington, whose husband is a U.S. Army veteran.
I've just lost him this past week, so this is a very special day today to show honor to him.
She says her husband, William Ledington, was a lifelong patriot.
He was a proud American. He always honored the flag and honored veterans.
Eric Barger led a memorial service Monday at the Kentucky Veterans Cemetery Southeast in Leslie County for the region's many veterans.
As we gather today, we try to just show honor and respect to all those veterans that have gone on before us, paved the roads for us, and sacrificed so much for us to have our freedoms that we have today.
Barger paid special tribute to the fallen soldier and American prisoners of war that never made it home.
With their sacrifices, which is the ultimate sacrifices, I just have a deep feel in my heart for those members and their families. They never got to come home. Their families never got to say a final goodbye.
Honoring U.S. Army across the Commonwealth, Kentucky Veterans Affairs Commissioner Whitney Allen says he wanted to be with the people he serves on Memorial Day.
It's a great opportunity to come out and support the community, honoring our fallen veterans and our Gold Star family members.
While Memorial Day takes on a more personal meaning for her, Ledington says it will always be about everyone who serves.
It's just a day of remembrance for all of the men, women who served our country, and just they went above and beyond to help us be free and to, keep our country safe.
In Leslie County, Zach Hawk, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, William Ledington was a retired coal miner living in the Stinnett area of Leslie County and a devoted member of the Stinnett Gap Church of God. His funeral was held May 27th, and he was buried in the Kentucky Veterans Cemetery Southeast. Well, those with the Disabled American Veterans chapter out of Leslie County say they need support as current members become unable to serve. DAV volunteers assist veterans in life and offer an honor guard and funeral services for Kentucky soldiers when they die. Well, officials say they need veterans to volunteer with them urgently to continue their work.
Young veterans, if you got time, please step up. Well, join the DAV if you don't have time. If you're working, got a family, still join the DAV now, because we need your help and we need your numbers.
Well, Roberts told us that people may reach out to him directly if they can volunteer time or money. More information is available on WYMT.com. Well, some Kentuckians are spending a day marching to raise awareness for veteran suicide. The march began at 6 o'clock this morning at Whitehall State Historic Site near Richmond. Participants will walk 22 miles, ending at the VFW post in Winchester. That ends at 5 o'clock. That ended at 5 o'clock this evening.
Gorgeous weather continues into the rest of this evening. Let's start over at I-75 in Mount Vernon. All is quiet over there at that location. We are looking at a lot of sunshine and blue sky, and same story over in Whitesburg and Letcher County. Dew point is at 62, so it is a little bit muggy as you walk out the door this evening. 86 in Jackson, 89 in Manchester, 84 in London, 87 over in Prestonsburg. All is quiet on Pinpoint Doppler, all thanks to this high pressure off of the eastern coast, and that will keep us dry into tonight. We are watching out for some areas of patchy fog. It will be mild and muggy with temperatures only falling into the middle 60s. I have your complete forecast coming up in just a little bit. Dakota.
All right, Cameron, thank you. Well, the Kentucky National Guard hosted its annual Memorial Day observance in Frankfort. Well, it added 13 names to the memorial today. Since 2001, there have been 18,000 deployed around the world. National Guard men and women today. Governor Andy Beshear spoke of the sacrifice felt by many.
Today I know is a hard day for many families, but my faith teaches me that while the body is mortal, the soul is eternal. And each and every one of these individuals is just waiting to see us again in a very special place.
It was also said that this year marks the 30th anniversary of the plane crash that took the lives of 5 National Guard members in Evansville, Indiana. Memorial Day was first widely observed in 1868 to honor and commemorate Civil War soldiers and the sacrifices they made. Well, today, the message still remains, but Americans also use this time to celebrate their freedoms while remembering those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. We caught up with the governor this past weekend at the Kentucky Mountain Laurel Festival in Pineville, where he shared with us what Memorial Day means to him and how we should choose to look at the holiday.
Well, during Memorial Day weekend, we need to start being grateful. Grateful that we live in the freest nation in this world and knowing so many sacrificed for it.
Well, the governor says he wants everyone to have fun with their families this weekend, but to also say a prayer for those we've lost and consider doing something that could help their families. Well, Senator Rand Paul is remembering our fallen heroes this Memorial Day. In a video, the senator said on this day, we should honor and remember those who have fought for our freedoms and pay the ultimate price to defend our Constitution.
We should reflect on the heroic service of our men and women in uniform who have dedicated their lives to protecting our freedom and liberty. This Memorial Day, let's honor the memory of these patriots and true American heroes.
Well, the senator went on to say we should always remember the cost of war and cherish those who sacrificed. For the first time in 3 years, the VA is hosting its public Memorial Day ceremony at Camp Nelson. Dozens of people are there remembering those who died for our country. Small flags are in front of every veteran's headstone. The ceremony going on right now includes a wreath laying, speeches, and music. Jeremy Toms gives us a recap of today's ceremony.
People came out to Camp Nelson by the hundreds today for a ceremony to honor all those who have served for this country. Flyovers.
Let us never forget the sacrifices,
prayers
that has been given,
and songs.
United we will stand.
Tributes took many forms for those Kentuckians that laid down their lives, and some who have since been laid to rest here at Camp Nelson National Cemetery. Speakers also recognized some local Medal of Honor recipients, such as Madison County native William Harris. Harris was a private at the Battle of the Little Bighorn under the command of Lieutenant Colonel George Armstrong Custer. Just one of many stories shared today about a Kentuckian's service for the United States. Another came from Jerry Frost, who makes weekly trips from Lancaster to visit the graves of his father Elby and mother Evelyn. Elby was a World War II veteran who died in 2013. Jerry says it was an honor to sit beside his lost loved ones for this ceremony and learn about others who have served.
And the stories that's here, the lives that's here, the families, I mean, it's incredible. This country, the greatest country in the world.
Frost says he hopes that everyone who came to this ceremony remembers the sacrifices that his father and so many others have made, not just today, but every day. In Jessamy County, Jeremy Toms, WKYT.
There are more than 12,000 veterans buried at Camp Nelson National Cemetery. The Boy Scouts of America placed flags on each of the headstones. Well, we are following reports of a deadly four-wheeler accident in Martin County. Martin County Coroner Chris Todd told us the sheriff's office was called to a house on Rock House Road in the Tomahawk community on Sunday. Well, Todd said the woman was pronounced dead at Highlands ARH, and we have the latest information on that on WYMT.com. Well, this Memorial Day weekend, lakes across the region will host thousands of boaters, but before you head out to the boat for Memorial Day or even throughout the summer, local officials want you to be aware of a few boating safety tips. Officer Joseph Braden with the Kentucky Fish and Wildlife says before you or your family or your friends head out on the water, it is important to leave any alcohol at home. Not only can piloting a boat under the influence lead to an accident, but you can face some serious consequences if caught.
In Kentucky, it's still considered alcohol intoxication in drinking in public. You still cannot do that here. So leave it at home, preferably, or if you have a rental home, in the confines of that, just not out on the water.
In addition to leaving the alcohol at home, the officer says especially on warm days like we've experienced this weekend, it's important to stay hydrated while out on the water. Well, an Estill County family lost their home and one of their dogs in a fire this morning. Irvine firefighters say flames sparked around 5 this morning on Stevens Avenue. Well, the family made it out safely along with one of their dogs. Their other dog, however, didn't survive. Crews say the fire damaged nearby buildings, including the home of Irene Gillespie. Well, she tells us she was sleeping when she heard her daughter and neighbors knocking on the front door.
I can't imagine that, honey. Because I know how scary it was when I saw that fire creeping up next to mine. It was like a foot from my home. And they started spraying my house down and saved mine.
Crews say it took about 30 minutes to get the fire out. Well, the cause of that fire is still under investigation. Well, a similar tragedy happened in Johnson County. Rock House Fire and Rescue officials said they were called to an apartment fire off Highway 460 shortly after 3 o'clock this morning. Firefighters from the agency fought through the heavy smoke and later called WR Castle Fire Rescue Department for help. They quickly extinguished the fire and said damage was done to only one apartment. Officials said they were able to rescue 2 dogs and 1 cat, but 2 cats were found dead. Fortunately, no one was injured during the fire. A Southern Kentucky man is facing charges after police say he gave a boy shots of whiskey. Police in Monticello responded to a call that a child was very intoxicated. The 8-year-old went to the hospital. Police arrested 50-year-old Charles Jones. They charged him with wanton endangerment and unlawful transactions with a minor. Well, many young artists dream to have their platform where their art is shared at a larger level, and soon enough, one southeastern Kentucky artist will have her artwork hanging in one of the most prestigious buildings in the nation. Corbin High School graduate Quincy Caliso was recently chosen as the winner of the 2022 Congressional Art Competition for Kentucky's 5th District. Well, her piece, titled Somewhere in Between, was chosen by Congressman Hal Rogers and will hang in the U.S. Capitol building for the next year.
It's really incredible just as a young artist to be recognized in this way. And so it felt, I guess, confirming that, my artwork is impactful and it can do good things and it's worth pursuing in my future.
Well, she also received 2 plane tickets so she could travel to see her artwork hanging in the Capitol building. She adds that she hopes this piece can inspire other artists to stay true to themselves and continue making the art they want to create.
All is quiet across the mountains this evening, but showers return soon. I have your full forecast coming up.
And the arts are not the only thing you can find in Princeton, West Virginia. One store owner is going back in time.
WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen, customized to the categories you choose. The WYMT